welcome back, everybody, to the Sharpshooter Sports Talk. I am your humble and gracious host, Mr. Brent, on the ones, twos, threes, the fours, the fives, and the six. Good to see everybody up in the house tonight, man. Thank you all for supporting the show like you always do. Thank you all. Of course, before we get into and introduce the cast, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button, please, please, please. It costs you nothing but $0 and 0 cents to just do that. So appreciate y'all doing that. And also, make sure you subscribe to these gentlemen's YouTube channels. I'm gonna put all the description. I said put all their channels in the description, and I'm also gonna be displaying them during the show. So let's get right into it, man. Of course, got my main man up in here, Mr. Bama standing himself all over that recruiting, who I need to talk to him about. My dog, Jonathan Lewis. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, fellas? Alabama bounced back in a big way. Still got to point out some complaints because you got to be like Saban, never content. But we're gonna move forward from that. Happy to be on. Happy for everybody in here, Kimberly, Anitra, all you guys. Glad to see you. I bleed crimson. All you guys, appreciate the love. Make sure to comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Most definitely. And of course, man, y'all see him one hand on the steering wheel, right hand on that. You know what, man? If you know the song, you know. My good brother over there, Mr. Oklahoma Sooner himself, one of the best in the business. Our good brother, Jason Watkins. What's going on, brother?
Always a great introduction, man. Always a great introduction. I appreciate you, BB. Nah, man, good to see everybody. Good weekend in Norman, man. Enjoyed it. But excited to talk ball with you guys. Thanks for having me on again.
Oh, yeah, man. Of course, man. And y'all already know, man, the David Ruffin of all podcasting. Everybody, man. He has the gold mic. Everybody can't afford a gold mic. Everybody can't be the man like the man himself. I know he excited. His team is 2-0. Let the man have his time. Mr. Auburn Tiger himself, our friend and your friend, our good friend Tez. What's going on, brother, man?
Man, feeling pretty good, man. How y'all doing?
Not much, man. You already know, man. Everybody.
I'm pleased to see that Jason drive at 12.
Keeping it rolling, man.
Oh man. Thank you, man, because that I don't know what this is. This I can never get.
This is relaxed driving, fellas. This is kickback. We just got to 2-0. Beat a good Michigan team. That's what this is. This is kickback driving.
You earned so much respect from me with that, man.
No, yeah. Well, we definitely gonna get into that one. But first off, man, we got the Bama people up in here. Before we get into it, just got a shout out to everybody up in the chat. Who up in the chat? We got our good brother Goof. What's going on with your brother? Anitra, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Kim up in this thing. Kim up in here. Latoya up in this thing. What's going on, sis? She also sent a super chat, and I'm gonna get to that right in a minute. Of course, our good brother Dwight, man, doing big thing. Sharp Squad, appreciate you, brother. Up in here, I bleed crimson. What's going on with you? Stephen Hicks, what's going on? Bobby Sprinkles up in here. Bobby Sprinkles just sprinkling some of that Alabama love out here. Kat, what's going on with you? Katrina, what's going on with you? Good to see everybody up in here. Clinton, what's going on? Austin, what's going on, man? What's going on? I want to say that because I want to read that. Who else up in here? Miss Susan up in here, man. Good to see everybody up in here, man. I think that's everybody. And everybody, man, make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button, like I said. But we about to jump right on into it, man. We got more people coming to talk some ball with us. But first off, Alabama got a 73-0 win out there. The guys look real good. They look real good. The Tide look like they ready to go. looked like they was ready to go this week. The word of the week was effort. Shout out to Latoya on that part. Said she wanted to see effort, and we got a lot of effort out there, man. So, of course, I'm gonna start with my dog John on this one, man. What did you like? What do you think about everything that happened on Saturday with Alabama?
Well, here's the deal. There's a lot to love, right? So, but I keep things in perspective as well. So, as much as I'll tear down a team and say they were lacking effort, you got to build them up at the same time when they deserve it, right? So, and in this game, to be fair, they played like they wanted to win the game. They played like they wanted to tear Louisiana Monroe's head off and shove it straight up there. Yeah. So it was great to see that type of effort, because at the end of the day, when it comes down to that Florida State loss, it was, I can handle losing with effort. What it's hard to swallow is losing without any effort and then just rolling over, right? So at the end of the day, when it comes to the Louisiana Monroe game, I feel a lot better about the future. I'm not going to sit here and say we're going to go 11-1 or whatever that may look like, but what I am going to say is seeing Ty Simpson go through his reads, seeing him make the right reads, making the right adjustments, put a lot of ease at me, because in that Florida State game, he looked like a deer at headlights at time. Now, granted, the offensive line didn't do him many favors either during that game. So there was a lot to talk down about, but this is about the up part, right? So 17-17, Ty Simpson broke not just an Alabama, but an SEC record for most completions in a row at 17. And that's what he finished the game at. Looked really good. I think the conversation we got to start having as Alabama fans is, should Kevin Riley be the starting running back? I think this is a serious question we have to start asking ourselves, because I know a lot of people are expecting Jam to come back in the next 2 weeks. And I understand that and understand the hype, and I get it. He's the seasoned guy. But are we going to fall back into this lull like Saban did towards the end of his career of just giving the job to somebody because they're the senior person? Or is Kalen DeBoer being real when he says this is an open competition? And by the way, Michael Carroll is in a competition to become the starting right tackle for this upcoming Wisconsin game. So it seems to be him holding true. I'm really liking what I'm seeing defensive-wise. James Smith looked outstanding. Deontay Lawson wasn't turned sideways in the hole, blocked out of the picture, you know what I mean, ran over. It was nice seeing Hill Green staying on his feet. The effort was there. But at the same time, I don't want to get overly excited, because last year we beat Georgia, then lost to Vandy. Last year we beat LSU, then got throttled by Oklahoma. So at the end of the day, can we keep the high we're on and reset and have that same effort in this upcoming week? I don't know, because I got high on us last year after we beat Georgia, and I got slapped in the face. I got high on us when we beat LSU. I got slapped in the face. Eventually, you get tired of getting slapped in the face. So you're going to have some doubt. So I'm still going to doubt the team to a degree until I see what we look like against Wisconsin, because Wisconsin's not a rollover team, by the way, guys. Last year, they were actually giving us fits until their starting quarterback got hurt. So people tend to forget that part. So, yeah, I'm expecting this Wisconsin game not to be as easy as what people are putting it out to be. And then we got the bye week in Georgia, so there's a lot of upcoming stuff as well. But when it came to the ULM game, just to end it with it, no major injuries, the hype from the players, the hype from the coaches. It was nice seeing Kane Womack and Kalen DeBoer yelling at players. It was definitely a change from what we've seen really for more than a year when it comes down to this coaching staff and even some of these players. So breath of fresh air, but for God's sakes, on this one last note, Alabama, could you get a damn sack? 12 tackles for loss, no sacks. Can we just get one, please? I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, man, that was one of the things that I was talking about with Coach Sean on Saturday on the post-game show on his channel.
Yep.
I said if it was anything that I can criticize, we didn't get one sack in that game. And if you see 73-0, you would expect that at least they got a sack. If you told me to bet my money on that, if I seen a score like that, did we get a sack? I would have been like, hell yeah.
Absolutely.
And I would have lost all that.
73-0, it would have felt like you probably got 10 of them.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying, man. So
it felt like you got one of every stat that you can get
now,
in football.
I will leave. I'm sorry. I got one more note to this, by the way, guys.
No,
all of our losses have been on the road and in a neutral site. We have to perform like this on the road in an environment that gets loud. Plain and simple. Last thing. Sorry.
Oh, no, you good. You good. Tez, what you think on Bama?
Oh man, well, just I didn't get a chance to see this game, of course, because we was busy at the time, so I had to rewatch it. I'm telling you, man, it's tough to rewatch a 73-0 game. I don't know if you guys tried it. It's one thing to see it live, but you talk about where you can actually rewind and fast forward. It's kind of tough. So, but what I did see from this game, execution. I always look at when we get to Auburn, I'm gonna talk about this. I always look at when you play against bad teams, how well do you execute? Not so much of the big plays and not so much what happens on the 50-50 balls and stuff, but just like the regular normal stuff, how well do you execute? And it looks like, well, you beat the team 73-0, you have to execute pretty well. I agree with the Kevin Riley take from Jonathan. I don't know if y'all remember on the post-game show before, I said, hey, that kid was in the Florida State game, he was 1 or 2 carries away from breaking one. I really feel he had 5 carries. I feel like if he had 7 carries, he'd have scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
I think he is definitely in the rotation for a starting running back. I would look at him like that, but it's tough though when you have expectations for other kids. That's kind of the tale of a good coach, is whether they can put their feelings to the side and say, hey, this guy's actually playing better. Let's put him on the field and let's get him touches. But for this team, man, I want to see what happens when adversity hits, right? That's always the task. You're going to play a Wisconsin team, like Jonathan said, that, part of if you think back about the narrative of Alabama football last year and how the defense gave up plays in the run game and how that's kind of been the way to beat them, it kind of started in that Wisconsin game. That's when you first saw it until that quarterback got hurt. And so this is a team, man, Wisconsin's they're going to be big up front on the offensive line. They're going to try to run the football. It's going to be a good test. It's going to be a good test. I tell you what, going to a bye week and then going at Georgia, this game is probably more important than that Florida State game. Like, you want to win this football game and you want to do it in good fashion. You don't want to limp through this game going into that bye week and have a bad feeling about going to Athens. You want to go ahead and handle this team pretty handily. But they're not an easy win, man, by any means. It's going to be a physical football game. Yeah, so I don't know. I just want to see it against better competition. I would say that about any other team. I just want to see it against better competition. But execution-wise, it looked great. I mean, I don't know what else you could ask for.
Yeah, man. Our good brother, BT, shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you. It's a question for the panel. What do you guys think Bama can do to get a decent pass rush going? I'll let you answer that, John. Then I go to piano, man.
I think it's fairly obvious after actually watching that ULM game. We have to blitz the corners in order to create that pass rush to open things up. It seems like last year it started clicking when that happened. The Florida State game, by the way, we almost rushed. I don't think we rushed a corner. I could be wrong in that. I don't think we rushed them one time. The ULM game, we made a statement to bring the corners in or bring a safety down in that box and come off the edge, and it seemed to work. It opened up things. You started seeing James Smith, LT over to other guys get more opportunity. So I think blitzing the corners, which I thought honestly was a cornerstone of 4-2-5, creating turnovers, needs to be the priority.
Piano man, what you think?
I'm going to have to agree with Jay right there. Got to blitz those corners, but even in blitzing the corners, you can't be hesitant. You've got to go in there with a purpose. You cannot be hesitant at all. Go in there. I don't care what that quarterback does. Go do it. Just go for it. And that sends a message, and then that kind of creates chaos for the rest of the offense to do something different, and then they don't know how you're going to come. So if you're going to blitz those corners, the corner is going to have to be just go in there with a purpose and don't be hesitant. I think that's what will open up to create more sacks for that game and in the future. Can't play hesitant.
No, not whatsoever. Of course, I gotta know what my good brother over there at Oklahoma talking about. Jason, what you think about the Tide this weekend?
I think it was important for them to bounce back in a big way. It's nice to
Fact.
be able to do that against Louisiana Monroe, but I think it's as much as anything, and yeah, you want to see the effort stuff because I think, as we talked about last week on your show, saw a lot of lax loafing and stuff against Florida State, and that's not what you're going to be. You're not going to be able to get away with doing that in the SEC for certain, and you're not going to be able to get away with that against good football teams. I don't know how good I think Wisconsin is, but it almost feels like you'd like to see them kind of come out and have that same kind of effort and that same kind of results this next week as well, because Louisiana Monroe it's Louisiana Monroe. So, it is what it is. It's one of those games that you should win 73-0. But we also thought that you should win the game against Florida State. And not only did you not, but you got beat up at the point of attack. You saw a lot of loafing, a lot of stuff like it's just uncharacteristic for Alabama. So to me, I'm gonna wait and see what I think that they look like in a game against somebody with a pulse before I get too crazy about it. I think it's the right direction, and the only place you could head is in the right direction after that. It couldn't get worse. So but I think that you want to see them kind of doing. Are they on the road for that game?
For
No, we at
Wisconsin,
home.
Oh, it's a home game.
Yeah,
Okay, good. Well, I guess that'll be your next test too, though. You want to win this game first and foremost, but I think you also that'll be your next test to be. If you can win that one, against a team with a pulse, then next one after that is going to be, what are you going to do the next time you're on the road? You know what I mean? Are you gonna play better then? So, it's not that we all know that Alabama has the best roster in the country. We know that. I mean, the numbers say so. So if that's the case, it's got to be about something else. And so I think that I don't foresee them really firing Kalen DeBoer, but man, that seat's got to be pretty damn warm right now. You'd think that probably lit a fire under their butts, but got to see it.
Oh yeah, man. I think it was a confident game. Like just really just build up guys' confidence. Like let them know, just work on the fundamentals, like what we need to do. But just an effort. Just wanted to see effort. And we Piano Man just coined the term for this week is consistency. So you want to see consistency going into this week with this team. So man, definitely can't wait to see how everything gonna go with this team moving forward. How they're gonna play against Wisconsin. Then we got a bye week. Then we go on the road to Athens. So that's all we can hope for, man. It was a good ass whooping that we gave those Louisiana Monroe. Like I said, like Ted said, man, we was pretty busy while the game was on. So I had to sneak and try to watch as much as I could before I even got on the post game show. But I was loving what I was seeing from looking at the ESPN alerts. So definitely shout out to the Tide, man, on this week. So definitely shout out to them. Go ahead, John.
Can I ask one question to the panel?
No, say whatever you want to say.
Yeah, to the people that watch the game. Latier Brooks and those guys look outstanding. Now, am I overreacting by saying let's pump the brakes a little bit? Because Louisiana Monroe did not press those guys. They did not come up to the line and challenge those guys, whereas Florida State did. So in where you expect Georgia to do, right? Even Wisconsin to do, because I get it, they look great, but I still was kind of on that train of let's hold on. These guys are not playing press man. They're not challenging these receivers. What do you guys take from that really watch the game?
I mean, it's kind of what I was saying about having a pulse at all. I don't think that that's a game that you could judge anything on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one thing, man, when you playing a team like ULM and, you could tell that they were afraid of the speed down the field. They didn't want to get beat over the top. So, like, they played in that fashion. When you play against athletes like you go see in Georgia, I don't know if Wisconsin really, you probably see something similar from Wisconsin. But Like you're gonna see in Georgia, in Athens, man, those guys, they're not afraid. They can run with it. They can run with the best of them, right? That secondary it's Kirby Smart, right? So man, it's like you said, it's a lot. You can these games, man, like they don't show you a lot. You can take a lot of positive from them, but you don't want to put a lot of bad stuff on tape in a game like this, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's what you guys avoided. It's just like, no, it wasn't really a lot of mistakes. It was just kind of taking what they gave you, get out of here with a win. And it's a bad team, so that results in 73-0. So yeah, I mean, this is a tough game to watch and evaluate. That's why I always said I look for execution. So,
and definitely shout out to our good brother Rob. Patriot Life, man, always and forever, man. Appreciate you for your service, always, brother. Said I was impressed with AK speed when he broke open on that run. I was really impressed. I didn't think I knew he had a little speed, but I was like, okay. I like what I see, man. I was really impressed with Keelan when he stepped into the game, man. I was like, my God. Just wait till he
I was going to say something about that. Keelan looked really good, and I like you would expect him to. I'd probably be what I'd take the most out of this game if I'm an Alabama fan is that when Keelan Russell got in the game, he looked really good.
Look real good, man. That's why I said, man, you try to develop those guys. People try to rush them. I know it was against the it was in garbage time and all that, but you don't want to rush that, man. I know you want to it's like a sculpture, man. You just don't. Now, the best way I can say, man, it's like you on the grill, man. You trying to cook some food. You don't hurry up. You don't put the Boston butter on there at the highest temperature so it can hurry up to cook. You got to slow cook that thing.
Right.
You got to slow cook that thing.
Let it smoke.
Yeah, man. So you got to slow cook that thing. You just can't just put that new Mercedes on the road already, man. You got to wait on it. But yeah, man. Just a few more guys. Anybody else impress y'all over the game before we move on? And y'all put in the chat too who impressed y'all too that y'all really liked out there. But anybody else impress y'all out there before we move on?
Isaiah Horton impressed me.
Isaiah
Horton did. He showed me the ability to get open. But now whatever was wrong with him in the Florida State game, he obviously came back and, but I think he's going to be like what you just referred to as that Boston butt. You got to see he's one of those guys, even though he's a starter, you're going to have to slow cook him. And I think that's what you're going to see that there will come a time Isaiah Horton's going to break out. And so he impressed me, though.
I think LaQuasia was saying, like, Tim Keaton getting Coach DeBoer ear. I think that's what she's saying. But I like that, man. Everybody holding everybody accountable. Players holding coaches accountable. Coaches holding players accountable. That's what you want to see on the sideline. I love that.
I want to say something about that, but I don't want to offend nobody. But that is like,
well, now you have to say it.
Yeah, if I was a fan of this team, I would love to see that, considering how this team lacks physicality, how it lacked physicality in that Florida State game. And it looks like the leadership is stepping up from the physical bunches of the team, if that makes sense. Yeah. I feel like going into that Florida State game, the leadership came from the finesse positions of this team. I'm trying to be very PG about this, but as you progress and you get thumped, you get thumped out there in Tallahassee, all of a sudden, for effort, all of a sudden the physicality on the team starts to step up, and to see him go, basically hyping the coach up is like, okay, now if those guys become leaders on this team, you guys have something. I think I'm a big psychology guy, and I feel like when you can get leadership coming from the trenches, you have a great football team on your hands.
And it just so happened, man, that's one of our leaders, Captain Tim King. So it coming from him while he's hurt right now and trying to lead those boys, man. I love to see it, man. I love to see it. I'm glad that we went out there. We was ready. Everybody did their job. Everybody did their job for this game. But like we saying, man, it's time to move on, people. I keep trying to tell y'all every time. Time to move on. New week, Wisconsin. Wisconsin's up next. All right, that game is in the rear view window. Let's focus on this upcoming week against Wisconsin, which we're going to definitely talk about on Thursday for the preview show. So definitely got some big games to talk about on the preview show this coming Thursday. But we're going to move on. All hearts and minds clear on this game. All right. And, of course, you know, we got our Oklahoma guy in here. So, you know, we got to talk. That was the big game last week, Oklahoma versus Michigan. Good old recap. I think everything went to plan that we were saying on the show last week, which I got to give all of us a pat on the back on, because it feel like, man, if you ain't been catching the preview shows, you need to catch them, because what we've been saying been happening almost every week so far. Hopefully it continues that way. But Oklahoma came in there with came out with a big win against Michigan. Bryce Underwood looked underwhelmed for the most part throughout the game, but the kid has a lot of talent. We can see it, a whole lot of talent, but look very underwhelmed against a Brent Venable defense. I'm not surprised, not even a little bit. I'm surprised it was even as close as it was, but Oklahoma got out of there with the win. But of course, we're gonna let our guy Jason talk about the game, about his good old Oklahoma Sooners.
Man, had me sitting in that stadium chewing nails off, man. I'll
You
tell
were
you,
there?
it's yeah, oh yeah.
Wow.
Sitting around a bunch of Wolverines too, man. It's pretty wild. But I'll tell you, the thing was, they let them stay in the game by mistakes, and in the past, and it's what I was telling you guys last week. That the concern for me has been that these close games with these teams that that they either have the same amount of talent or similar amounts of talent as you. If it gets into a close type of game, that the concern is that you haven't been winning them. And that was definitely something that was worrying me, and because we hadn't seen it since the Texas game 2 years ago, where they won a game like that was tight, and then it really kind of fell back to you weren't winning those games. The Alabama win last year was big, I think. You know what I mean? It was an important win for Oklahoma, but Alabama didn't really. They came into the game. They won it from the start by putting hits on Jalen Milroe, kind of getting him one dimensional, which is what they were obviously working on it with Underwood this weekend as well. The difference is, generally speaking, Oklahoma hasn't been winning these games if they have turnovers, if they have bad things happen to them, and it allows the game to stay closer than it probably should be. They've been finding a way to lose instead of finding a way to win. And I think everybody knows, if you've watched a team that matures into something that can compete at the highest level, there's going to be a point where they come to that game and they find a way to win it. In that respect, the Oklahoma defense was legit. They did, aside from one run, and Justice Haynes, he good player, man. He was a good player when he was with Alabama. But they let him get away on that first play of the second half. But aside from that, he averaged 2 yards a carry. So Venables talked about it, that they had the wrong play on, it was a mishap on their part. I think they got, on top of that, you had a freshman defensive back in there that kind of got sucked in to the middle, and he was able to bounce it. It is what it is, sometimes. But aside from that, the physicality came from Oklahoma. In the trenches, they won it. And that includes on the other side of the ball, which is where OU people were. I know a lot of OU fans were worried about, man, we didn't look that good running the ball in the offensive line last week. So to be able to go on, they give up that last field goal to them. So now they're within range to to be able to tie the football game. You got 10 minutes left. Next thing you know, they go on a 16 play, 8 minute and 27-second drive to salt it away, man. And they did it mostly running the football, that's big boy football now. Now we're talking about big boy football. You're not putting it in the air. You're finding a way to keep it on the ground, get that clock running. And that was as impressive as anything I've seen from OU in a long time. It really was. And John Mateer, man, God bless John Mateer, man. Love this kid. I think he came in and brought a lot of swag with him, but the dude is a gamer. The dude is just a gamer. So it was, I think, they might have played their C+ game overall as far as making mistakes. You got to do better in special teams, not have the turnovers. But bro, I'll take that win. Because I think it could be a stepping stone for what's in the future, being able to go out and win a game like that, even though you didn't have your best game. So I was really excited about it.
And before I let everybody else chime in, I forgot to do this early in the show, but appreciate my sis Latoya for the $5 super chat. Thank you. She said, "Roll Tide fellas, ready for a great show," and it always a great show, man. And I appreciate y'all always making it a great show. So of course, you already know, since you said Roll Tide, why not this?
My team, everybody get your roll on. Everybody get your roll on.
And we gonna get our roll on. We're gonna get our roll on the Oklahoma segment.
Oh, I love it. That's hilarious.
Oh man, I love it. I love that one, man. For 1 second, Jason. For 1 second, I'm looking at you right now, and I'm looking at your hand, and I thought you had an Incredible Hulk hand on just for a second, but that was just
because it looked green.
I was like, wait a minute now. I was like, how you got on an Incredible Hulk hand?
I'm not even angry, man. I can't Hulk out, but I'm not mad.
Oh, hey, man. I would have been like, hey, man, I needed that Hulk hand a couple of weeks ago, but that no here, no there, man. But John, man, what you think about good old OU and how they went out there and looked?
I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but I'm going to, and it's a shame. It's a shame that Coach Sean's not on here, because who did I have as the number one quarterback in the SEC at the end of this year? Oh, that was John Mateer.
Yeah, early in the year, bro.
Oh, okay. Just so we're clear, I'm going to do this every week until he's not. So just so everybody knows. But no, I think he looked great. Me personally, I was really, really impressed with Oklahoma's offense. I know a lot of people may say, well, they didn't really look that good. Michigan has a good defense. I don't care what anybody says. Michigan's defense is still a good damn defense, right? So, in my opinion, I was really impressed with what Oklahoma did. More impressive, Kendall Daniels coming over from Oklahoma State. To me, making the impact he made was kind of not, I wouldn't say unsurprising to most, but I don't follow Oklahoma like you do, Jason. I knew about him. I heard about him coming over. I heard about him being implemented into this defense. I just didn't know how quick he was being that big of a linebacker. And I was like, damn, this dude can get around. So,
6'5", 250. Whoa.
Yeah, and got like two.
Yeah, 6'5", 250. He's just a man.
So, really impressed with that. No, you're good. I think overall Oklahoma has to be feeling really good about the team as a whole, because in my opinion, from the first two games, you feel better about your offensive line. You feel better about your quarterback play. You know what you're getting, in my opinion, on the defensive side of the ball, even though you're replacing some studs on that defensive side. But you're seeing those guys come in and making that immediate impact, right? They're not slowly working their way into this. It seems like they've gelled quite well. So, they won a game I thought would be tight, and I thought it'd be close because of those reasons, and it did. So, I was impressed with Oklahoma.
Tez, go ahead and jump in there.
Yeah, man, I had this game Actually 17-10 was my score. End up being 13-24. A lot of people told me that my score was too low, but these are two good defenses. Like Jonathan said, man, whenever you have two good defenses, and particularly you got one team that's got a freshman quarterback starting. I said that this game would be like for Underwood would be like when Canelo fought Floyd. All right, this
He
would be his,
definitely did.
and he would get this master class of things that he's not going to see a ton on the rest of his schedule. This kid's going to be a problem, and it's going to be because of this game. It's like if you in college and they make a mistake and put you in calculus, but you're not supposed to be in there. You know what I mean? You should be in like math 101 or something like that, and they put you in the higher tier math, and then you walk into that class and you overwhelmed with it and you fail that semester. But after that, you just like understand everything there is to understand about math. That's kind of what I think happened to Bryce Underwood in this game. 9 for 24. He didn't turn the ball over. I give him that. He did. And what's interesting about this game is Michigan didn't turn the ball over. Actually, Oklahoma did, turned it over twice, and still was able to win this game. What is Jaden Ott banged up? Do we know? Because he was.
Yeah,
he's banged up.
Yeah.
You think so? Okay. Because I mean, he was hyped up a lot too, and he's kind of been absent. But yeah, man, seeing John Mateer, he looks the part. I don't necessarily like your quarterback running 19 times for 74 yards, leading your team in rushing. I don't think that survives in the SEC. But on that, on the other side of it, they play great defense, man. My God, they play great defense with like Jonathan said, with the kid that came over, Daniels.
Yeah, Daniels.
Man, giving Brett Venables a piece like that, seeing the way that he used them, they're a dangerous team, man. I want to see them. I want to see more from them in the run game from the running backs, actually. But this was a tough game, man. Two good defenses. I do want to shout out to Justice Haynes, man, for putting up 125 yards on like 20-something carries. Even though, he just had that one. I know he had that one big run. But yeah, man, interesting to see this Oklahoma team, man, in SEC play. And this is an SEC-like defense, so it's going to be interesting, man.
Yeah, man, it's definitely going to be interesting, and they definitely going to be one of those teams. That's why I was like, I had my eye on them, especially on John Mateer in here. Shout out to our good brother, Coach I, up in the building. What's going on, brother? Man, what's going on? Make sure y'all guys go on over there, Fanatic Sports, and subscribe to our good brother, man. We got to get him on the show soon. Oh, if he's not doing that on Thursday, we'll get him on for the preview show because them Georgia Bulldogs got a big game. They got a big game. They got a big game on the road. They got a big game on the road. But yeah, man. One guy I loved in this game, and I was just impressed with him ever since he was in high school because I love recruiting. David Stone. Love Stone, man. And I feel like
a big game.
Yeah,
it was a breakout game for him, Brinsky. It really was because he hadn't been doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he didn't get a lot of snaps last year as a true freshman, but man, he was in that damn backfield all day.
Yeah, man, and that's what I'm saying, man. He's gonna be one of those ones.
Yeah,
I believe that can. If y'all don't know David Stone, man, just go look at him, man. He's gonna be one of those ones. I believe for like next year's draft. If he continue the way he's been going, he's gonna be one of those top 15 picks, man, because he is a disruptor. He was like that coming out of high school, and of course, man, I don't expect much from a freshman D tackle in his first year in the SEC. That's why I said, man, this is the SEC. Some guys are just good to just come out there early and play, but just let them guys develop just a little bit. All it takes is 1 year.
It's kind of hard for David Stone though because his line mate there at IMG, Jaden Jackson, made a huge, contribution in year one as a true freshman. So the fact that he comes out less heralded, and then does it around Norman anyway, a lot of OU fans were like, "What the hell is going on? Why isn't Stoney doing it too?" But Jaden Jackson is a grown ass man. You know what I mean? That's one thing about it. The dude is just a baller. But that defensive line, man, I don't think it's tough, man. They were all that you didn't get any drop off from any of them. Even Marcus Strong, who, we really like him at OU, but he's kind of one of those guys that he's in the rotation and stuff. But you weren't having drop off, and you're not. That's the main thing I think I'm excited about is that if you know that Michigan's going to be good at one thing, it's going to be in the trenches, and they dominated their asses in the trenches.
Yeah, so, they did. Yeah, they did.
But you're right about Stoney. I was just wanting to add that in there. He's been a lot of people really waiting on that part. You know what I mean with Stone. So
you got the thing, man. The thing that I always preach all the time, man. Let these kids develop, man. Develop. Some develop faster than others, but if you give them time, man, and of course pressure probably got to them too. It's easy to perform when you don't have that much expectations on you. I always think anybody can go ball when you don't have expectations on you, but when those expectations are put on you, how are you going to perform? And I've seen a lot of people fold like blankets. I've seen a lot of them fold. But Piano Man, what you think about this game, man? Before we move on to the next one.
Before I comment, Hall of Fame, Jason, you'd be happy to know that Piano Man has John Mateer as his quarterback on the college fantasy league. So I put him as my number one.
You're gonna win some money.
Oh yeah, and that's what I plan to do. I for one, I'm not a SEC homer, so I want everybody except for Alabama to lose. But I expected Oklahoma to do what they did, even though I was pulling for Michigan. I figured Oklahoma would beat them because Brent Venables' defense is just too sound. And when you're trying to match power for power against Brent Venables, you're going to lose that fight every time. They attacked Bryce Underwood, not just because he was a freshman, but because the dude can ball out. They had to put the pressure on him. You got to go for I'm always saying you got to cut the head of the snake off. And that's what they did from a defensive point of view. They went straight for Bryce Underwood. Now, Justice Haynes was going to bust one or two here or there. But when it comes down to those trenches, you better put your money on Oklahoma. And Oklahoma did the doggone thing. So nothing else you can say. They played the better game, and their maturity showed. That's another thing that Oklahoma has this year's maturity. And they're scary. They're scary good.
Yeah, man. And another thing, I know I just said something about development. The same thing got to go with coaches, man. You got to give these people time. I don't know why. I think this Brent Venables' 4th or 5th year, Jason.
This is year 4, yeah.
This year 4. So you expect now he got pretty much 3 recruiting classes up in there. A lot of these guys are his players in there. Yeah. You're flushing out the new regime. Now you see how they flourishing, especially on the defense, man. I've seen the defense get better and better each year. And now you're seeing the offense catching up, which is scary. So I already know. Go ahead.
I was about to say, I don't know if I think that whole Brent Venables being on the hot seat was just a fan narrative, man. It's tough to get rid of a coach that when his side of the ball is balling. like if the defense was failing, then we can look at Brent Venables in year 3 or year 4 and be like, oh, he's on the hot seat. Kind of like what's happening in Hugh Freeze. Offense was failing. Why are you the coach? You're an offensive guy, right? But when the defense is balling, which has been Oklahoma's case this entire time, the offense is failing. You kind of figure like, man, we can get somebody here to fix the offense, because when are you gonna find a defense like that and a defensive coordinator like that? They don't grow on trees.
That's what I've been trying to say too.
I didn't think he was actually gonna be on the hot seat for real. I think it's just a fan narrative.
Well, I think he is still on the hot seat, and here's the reason why: is because a lot of the stuff that happened with the offense last season had to do with the guy that he chose to replace Jeff Ledman.
I got you.
And so you have
That's
some
fair.
issues there, and I mean, a lot of people, the narrative with a lot of coordinators, and you guys know this as well as anybody, when you haven't been a head coach and you haven't been successful as a head coach yet, then it's real easy to say, oh well, he's just a good coordinator. He don't know what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
He don't know how to run a whole team. You know, and I think that at times he kind of melded in on the offensive side, or at least that was the look of it. Now, coming at it from a different angle, I believe I believe that there was other things at play in who he hired for that coordinator job last year as well. So I
Mm-hmm.
haven't been really on the side of saying you got to be on the hot seat, except it's definitely to a point with me that excuse time is definitely over with.
Yeah,
You do have your players now.
got you.
Your defense is loaded up. Now it's time that you better put it together on the other side too. And so I think that they've done some things that I don't believe they're going to fire him, because I think they're going to win 9 games at least. I just do.
Yeah.
But I think that if you see some things of what I was talking about when we started talking about this, is that I don't want to see these losing these close games and shit anymore because you're not managing the clock very well, or you're not doing this very well. I don't want to see you calling a timeout on a fourth down and then punting.
Right.
If you're going to call a timeout, better send a damn play in. You know what I mean? If in the second half of a game, because that's just silly shit. But these things are, yeah, I think you're right, Brisky. I think that there has to be, you have to allow them to develop and become what they are. But at a place like Oklahoma, very similar to how it is at Alabama, your time is limited, man. Your time is
You don't
limited.
get a lot of time.
It's definitely limited, but I want to make sure that um John has something to say. So I'm gonna let
Yeah.
him get that in.
So no doubt. So before we move on to the Oklahoma thing, I just want to give a shout out to Kristen Moore, the recruit that me and Jason interviewed. He was visiting Oklahoma for an official visit this past week, and he's gonna be there to Tuesday. So shout out to him. Dude doesn't have a star by his name. Balled out in OU's camp. Got an official visit. Been there 3 days. So we're waiting for the others to start catching up here a little bit, guys. This dude only had 110 tackles, 12 sacks, 3 interceptions, 3 years in a row. So,
Hey, I want to get him on before you move off that. I'd love to have him on this week to talk about his visit.
he comes back Tuesday night. He flies back Tuesday night. So, yeah.
Yeah, get a hold of it. Just if you get a chance to talk to him, I'd love to have him on.
We'll do. So, yes, Selma, Alabama does have talent, guys. Better recognize it.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah,
He's
definitely.
a stud, man. Golly.
I didn't know he came on your show, Jason. I know Coach Carl supposed to set that up and everything, but hey, man, when it's the season, man, I don't like to bother people. I try to get them in as quickly as I can because I know how the season can be, man. It's a rush. It's a rush all year long. That's why I try to get a lot of them interviews done in the off season. But definitely shout out to him for real.
Man, he's an impressive kid, Brisky. Impressive kid.
Oh yeah. And we about to get off OU, and I'm about to really pat myself on the back with this one. Good old Florida and
Ooh, man.
South Florida, man. Good old. Oh my God, man. This was
Speaking of meltdowns,
a game that I literally said this, and everything that I said happened in this game. I kept shout out to my boy Bobby, who is a big Florida Gators fan. Love them Gators. If you see him here, have on all this Gator paraphernalia, looking like a fool, but we all wasn't raised right. but man, I kept trying to tell him, man, we played South Florida 2 years in a row. If I'm not mistaken, it's the same quarterback.
Yep.
And it's the same head coach.
Yep.
And I was like, bro, when you think you're going to blow them away, oh, you get a touchdown and get called back, and then you don't do nothing. I'm like, man, it's just the little things, and then you just letting them build up their confidence throughout the quarters. And I was just like, bro, if y'all let them go into that fourth quarter and it's just a one touchdown game, you're going to be in for a fight, and you don't even know it. And I can tell you, man, I'm so glad I sat by him and just watched before we went to the Tuskegee night game, man. I just sat right there and watched him. Had all the confidence in the world. Oh, man, watch Ladway do this. Touchdown. Look at that thing. Flag. Bring it back. Ladway don't know what he's doing. Oh, this quarterback can't pass. He can't pass for real. But he getting out of there. I don't know why they not spying him. I seen that confidence just keep going down quarter by quarter. And I'm telling you, man, it was one of those games. But I'm going to ask y'all how you felt about it, because it was one thing in this game I definitely wanted to talk about. But, John, go ahead.
We played South Florida twice, like you said, tough. South Florida actually has been known, by the way, they've beaten, I believe, Alabama before in the past. They've been known to beat other teams. Look, I'm just going to leave it at this. The Tampa area has speed and they have talent. That coach builds a defensive line just like an SEC defensive line. He doesn't care about stars. Because in my opinion, this is where recruiting does matter. The amount of talent in Florida, and you're a 3-star, in my opinion, you put that 3-star almost anywhere else in the country, let's say at Tennessee, Kentucky, they're almost a 5-star, right? Yeah. So that's where you have to start looking at this stuff. The transfers you see, a lot of those from the SEC come from schools like South Florida, because those dudes are doing nothing but buying their time and waiting to get that time to show out what they can do and move up, right? So we've experienced it. A lot of teams, I believe Ole Miss, 7-8 years ago, something like that, lost to them. I can't remember exactly. South Florida is always a team to watch, man. I don't know how you overlook them, to be honest with you, at this point in time, knowing that Alabama and Alabama fans made a tangent about this 2 years in a row, screaming from the top of the hilltops. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yeah, no doubt. And Alex Golesh is a hell of a football coach, too.
Hell of a coach.
And I was just about to say, hey, he may have just found Florida may have just found their replacement for Billy, because Sunbelt Billy probably just lost his gig on this deal. Look, I was watching it, and shout out to the High Top boys over there on High Top Sports. They got a great show. But man, I peeked in there on that show after I got done at the game in Norman, and boy, it was meltdown city. They want him gone. And now if you look at, there's a lot of people, that was a trendy pick to be, SEC championship type of team, maybe get in there and play for it, playoff team, all that. They were all calling it on the High Top. Now you look at what this is, there's not a lot of people that are predicting a whole lot more wins. They've got Miami coming up. They got LSU this weekend, and they're on the road. Hey, here's LSU playing really good right now. Man, Billy going to mess around and not have a job about mid-season.
Keep effing around and going to find out real quick, man, because
that they got a quick trigger finger in Gainesville, bro.
Yeah. They quicker than the craziest gunman you can find in the West, man, because I'm telling you, man, that job is going to be one of the jobs that's going to be one of the hottest jobs out there. And there's going to be so many big time names. It's already a lot of big names linked to it already with Dan Lanning and Alex Goldish and even what's my man name up there in Notre Dame?
Marcus Freeman.
Marcus Freeman.
Yeah. So, I don't really see that necessarily.
I don't see that one. I don't see that one either. I wouldn't leave Notre Dame. It's too good right now. I wouldn't even leave it at all. He's in the perfect position. I wouldn't want to come down here to the SEC and stress all the time, man. Stay up,
man. He's got it made at Notre Dame right now.
Yeah.
When are they going to give somebody time, though? Because here's my thing. This is, by the way, 2 head coaches in a row won the SEC or went to the SEC championship game. and got fired 2 years later. If Steve McElwain did it, and then Dan Mullen did
Yep.
it. They both won the SEC or was in the championship game their first or second year, and then get fired like 2 years later. I don't know where Florida even goes from. I think you almost have to do you reevaluate your expectations for this program at this point?
I don't think they'd be Florida if they did that. You know what I mean? They wouldn't be Florida. So I think that if you want to win, you better find a way to get the right guy. I just don't know that anybody ever really thought he's the right guy. And there's questions about him calling plays. His, you always see them making stupid ass mistakes. A lot of stuff like that where it's just there's a lot of problems within what he does. You know, he got fired at Clemson as a coordinator because of stupid shit like this too. So these mistakes at weirdest times, and the play calling's weird. I also think part of it has to do with, Lagway didn't practice or do anything all off season, and he was just supposed to come in here and be okay. I don't know, man. I don't know that he's healthy even. And that tells you that, maybe it is too quick to do it. But I'm going to tell you, I think that you can't afford to lose this game to South Florida at home and get away with that stuff.
Jason.
Not when you've got more coming. Go ahead.
No, my fault, brother. No, you said the one thing that I keep repeating. I even said that to my partner, man. I was saying, man, Ladway is coming in the training camp where I know he had like those injuries towards the end of the year, but then like they didn't play football. I'll just say February, March, April, May, June, July, not for real. And you walking in a boot already. So that was very, very concerning to me. And I was like, okay, like, yeah, he's out of the boot now or whatever. And then you talking about his throwing arm, and it was something with his shoulder. And I was like, that's all.
They said he had a hernia too. They said he had a hernia from high school.
And you doing all this in practice. Now you got to go through this grueling SEC schedule, and you got to deal with that. And you got to take those hits. Now, he's a talented quarterback. I never questioned that. But the concern that I have with him, can he stay there? Can he be healthy? I feel like if he's healthy, they got a chance. But if he's not healthy, man, they are in some deep trouble. And Billy Napier's job is really on the line. Like Ladway saved him from getting fired last year. Then they bring in a big time recruiting class. Now they got another recruiting class. Dallas Wilson's not bad. They're getting him back for the LSU game. So he get another weapon out there. So hopefully that helps. But hey man, But it's hard to hang everything you got on a kid that's been injured since he showed up. Yeah.
And everybody's hanging everything for Billy on this quarterback, and the quarterback is not really in shape to even be able to develop into what you want him to be because he's hurt.
Shout out to my boy Hitter, man. Everybody, make sure y'all show my boy love to Alabama Hitter, a real brother, good brother. Shout out to him, man. But Jason, man, I seen he said I heard John Gruden. I don't know why everybody keep using this John Gruden thing, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I don't know if John Gruden I know John Gruden can coach, but I don't know if John Gruden can recruit. Can we? I don't
it's
care
a different
how big
game.
your name is, man. It's like I don't care, man. I just don't see this whole John Gruden thing with any program. Not nobody in the SEC, unless you want to go out there and take a risk, but I just don't see it. But I meant to put up this too, because this is crazy, man. This is crazy. This is a hell of a stretch, man. You got LSU, Miami, Texas A&M, Mississippi State looking like they ain't no slouch. Georgia, Kentucky ain't no slouch. Oh, Lord have mercy. And then we already see if Florida State is anything like we think they are, because we anything that we think they are, I ain't gonna lie, man. I thought last year was hell. This is probably one of the craziest schedules. If they can get through this gauntlet, because I seen somebody say it on Twitter, man. If they can go undefeated on this is the greatest season of all time.
Agreed.
But it won't be the greatest
No
season of
doubt.
all time.
You might as well be the AFC. They might as well be playing the AFC East. Shit.
Man,
They're not gonna navigate this well.
man,
No, they're not. This is going to be real bad.
man.
I think
Listen,
that's going to be bad.
I gotta
go ahead.
I gotta
man.
remind.
My fault.
Oh, go ahead, Piano.
When you put that schedule up there like that,
Oof.
I think that might be it for him.
I thought it was last year, but he survived somehow.
And they survived it. They really did. But I've said all along, and B Sharp, we've talked about it too. So goes DJ Lagway, so goes Florida. It's sad that it's like that, but that's the way it is. And if he's not healthy, their offense becomes stagnant. It keeps the defense out on the field. Then they become stagnant. And then before you know it, Florida, I don't know. But that South Florida loss, I was like you, B Sharp. I kept telling everybody, watch that game because that could be the game that South Florida will decide to pull a rabbit out the hat. And they did. And they went in the swamp and beat them. Now Florida's gonna be under the gun the rest of the year.
Games like that, man, you just want to just go ahead and win so it can make you build up some confidence.
Yeah.
Because if you would have went into LSU like, oh, we good. Oh, let's go. But now you take that South Florida loss, man, it's gonna be hard to bounce back, man. Because just imagine if they lose LSU and then it started to be a ripple effect.
Well, I'll tell you this, I would expect them to give a game to LSU for some reason. If you count them out, that's where this game is kind of a rivalry game between them too.
It is.
So I expect that you're gonna get the best you can get out of them. But I'll tell you what, if it gets lopsided and they lose that one, I'm telling you, man, just looking at that schedule, like you said, man. That's why I said halfway through the season, they may be shipping his ass out the door. Get out.
Go ahead, John, because I know you were about to say something.
I knew the schedule was tough, but now that you put it in front of me, it's almost unbelievable how hard this schedule is to navigate. I don't know who could navigate a schedule. You're talking about possibly playing 5 to 6 top 10 teams by the end of the season. And not only that, this is the year where possibly Florida State gets their shit back together and beat you. I think if they lose to Florida State at the end of the year, no matter what happens, I think he's gone at this point.
Yeah.
But my God, Texas, LSU, Miami, Texas A&M, Georgia. Oh, it's hard for me now to say I don't see how they get above 5 wins.
Yeah. Well, I never really been high on Florida, man. Honestly, I didn't get the hype in the offseason. This is an 8-5 football team now. I know they played well down the stretch, but you don't think other coaches saw that and saw that, like, how the method to beat them and what they wanted to put on the field? I don't think Billy has an excuse. This offensive line, we talked about in previous episodes, they got probably the best center in the SEC. This offensive line is pretty good. There's a lot of other.
I don't know about that.
But he's one of them. Put it to you like that. But there's a lot of teams that would like the talent though on this offensive line. I thought Jaden Ball would be at the top of the SEC in rushing, near the top of the SEC in rushing at the end of this year. Should be. I mean, very impressive prospect. But you go in the game, DJ Lagway has 9 yards rushing. I know that they're going to lose that football game. I don't even have to look at the score. I know they lost. I was actually on speakerphone when Brinsky was talking to his partner Bobby, and we both told him the same thing. And he was very, very confident. Very, very confident. Games like this and teams like South Florida is one of the teams. People have to understand this is a team that has been successful to the point where they're going to start getting calls to move up in conferences. Like that has been, their trajectory. I love that program down there. I think it's like the hidden gem down there in Florida. I thought if you remember back to the whole Coach Prime situation when he was picking a job, South Florida job was available. I thought that was the perfect spot for him. Of course, we know he chose Colorado, but like for this reason, you get this type of talent. Like Jonathan said, the 3 stars on this team, you put them in any other school, they're 5 stars because they're local kids in Florida. And they have the speed and they have all of that, man. So just looking at that schedule, though, that is, man, it would look better had they dominated South Florida in this game. But you're talking about a schedule with possibly, well, I don't know about Kentucky, but Mississippi State's probably going to be ranked by the time they play them. I think only team that has a schedule that maybe rivals this is actually Oklahoma, because I think all of Oklahoma's SEC teams that they play are ranked at this point. So it's gonna be tough, man. This is a tough slate. That Kentucky game, I guarantee you, they're gonna put that at 6:00 at night, and that's a tough pace to play Kroger Field at night. Man, I don't know. I don't know how he survives this. I think it's another 7-win, 8-win team. Maybe if they get the 8 wins with this schedule, it'd be impressive.
Oh, yeah. Jeez, yeah.
Can we? I'm gonna ask everybody on the panel. Do y'all think? I know it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to be like 6 games before they make it to Georgia. Do you think Ladway make it down there? I don't think health wise. I know he's going to play if he's healthy, but I'm just saying, I just don't see it right now.
I don't think he's healthy now. So no.
I think the bigger question is, will Lagway not enter the transfer portal at some point? Because if Napier losing this game, I have a feeling he's already lost a fan base now. My question is, if you lose the team in your Lagway, and you know your NIL value is still up, your potential is still up, and you have the right people come calling, I don't know if Lagway is still going to be there.
Well, I think that's a good point. I think that's a hell of a point, because we just talked about he's not healthy. Why don't you take the rest of the damn season off?
Exactly.
Red shirt, get healthy. And then because I mean, the dude he's legit. But if you know Billy's not going to be there anyway, what's the point?
Yeah. Yes. Man, I just, Lord. Everybody good?
Yeah, something. Okay, so it wasn't my internet then, right?
No, I think
I thought it was my end.
I thought it was me too. I was like, oh shit, I must have just went into a weird spot.
Yeah, I was like, I think StreamYard.
It was happening to everybody. Okay, so it just wasn't on my end, so it was probably everybody.
It was probably Florida telling us to stop talking.
Florida hackers.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be crazy, man. It's gonna be crazy. And I had this since we since they want to stop talking about them for a second, we'll do that. Talk about this AP poll, man. Let's talk about this AP poll this week. Ohio State #1, Penn State #2, LSU 3, Oregon 4, Miami 5, and so on and so forth. Any surprises on here for you guys that anybody surprised you on in the top 25? Somebody surprised you they're not in the top 25 or whatever? What's y'all thoughts?
Not sure why Texas is still not moving down.
I don't know, man.
It wasn't that bad of a loss, man.
Well, I'm saying Texas, they didn't look very good against San Jose State, which is a bad team, and something's wrong with Arch too.
I give you that. They did not look very good in that game at all.
In the first quarter, like the first couple of drives, but after that they just took off. But that's when I started watching. After they got those 4 straight touchdowns, I started watching unless I seen something else. I don't know.
Yes.
Did you see the way he was grimacing whenever he was throwing deep balls, though? Something ain't right with Arch, man.
He's hurt.
If that's I mean, I get it. They ultimately did turn it up down the stretch of the game, but man, if that's Alabama ULM at a 38-17 game, you worried. Like that's you. This is a team that won the SEC
This
last
is
year.
the new
Everybody,
Bama, Tez. It's the new Bama.
yeah, I'm just saying, like that is, man, they did not look good in that football game. Of course, they won it down the stretch of it because they're a better football team, but man, they played with their food. Had this been USF they played, they probably would have lost that game, or possibly.
Yeah.
Like, that's not good, man. That is not good from Texas. And they have a slate of SEC games coming up that's going to demand a lot better play than what they put on the field against a very inferior opponent to them. It might be time to panic.
It could be. It could be. I wouldn't say panic.
Defensively, they still solid, though. I give them that.
I'm about to say
so.
you gotta get these guys some time. I'm about to say, man, it's still, like I said, man, it's one of those things. If you continue to see it throughout the week. Now, I did hear. It's funny that Jason said that about his throwing.
No, I'm starting shit, no doubt. No start.
Oh no. But it was like a thing with Sarkisian. They asked him, and he was like, "Arch is not hurt," and he was like, "I don't even know where that even came from, and nothing like that." So
the video, there's video out there of him grimacing as he's throwing like 7 times in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like before.
And I mean, it looks like he's in real pain. Real pain.
Absolutely.
It's like as he's winding up, he starts grimacing.
Yes.
Grimacing. It's not like through the throwing motion. It's like it's almost like it hurts him to lift his shoulder almost.
Sark, I don't know where that's coming from. It's coming from video, dummy.
Hey, he said he doesn't. He said something along the lines of like he doesn't concentrate on the faces. He never noticed the faces people make when they throw or something like that. It was weird.
He's covering something up.
Oh, the meltdown is coming, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, the meltdown is coming.
And I'll say this: the way Arch looked in game one, and the way he looked, if he's truly injured, man, sit the kid, right? He's got talent, right? If he cannot play, I know he's set and he's waited his turn, but listen, if he cannot play, there's no reason to go at him and put him out there with a bum shoulder or bum injury or whatever, just because you're under this pressure to play him. Sit the kid, man. Let him get healthy, and then give. It's gonna be the best for him because if he stinks it up, it's only gonna hurt him. Not if he's injured. Of course,
I want him playing. I want him playing. I'm with you though. You're right. I'm just messing.
Oh, I'm about to say you say you want him playing, man, but y'all Oklahoma gonna come see him soon now.
That's what I'm saying. I'd rather him be in, but I'm just saying. I think something's up with him, and I think that it's been clear that this has been one of the big hype jobs in history. Is what we've heard all off season about Texas, and it's not what they look like right now. So all this talk, it surprises me that it doesn't surprise me that they're still in the top 10, but I do feel like they're not near as good as what people think they are.
Yeah, man. It's going to be
ironically. I was about to say, ironically, their next big game is at Florida. So you got
we're going to know
cupcakes, and then they go at Florida, and the team we just talked about that could lose the rest of the games on the schedule. So
with not trying to make a joke, but with Lagway there and Arch Manning there, they might want to save the Toradol shots. But anyways,
Lord have mercy.
That top 25 list, I'm just going to throw out one thing. I'm still going to pound the drum of Penn State being at 2. That's all I'm going to say. In 2 weeks, you meet Oregon. You stop playing the Gadsden State Community College for the blind team. Go look at their schedule. So, Drew, I guess we'll see what Drew Aller's made of. He's not going to be able to average 200 yards and 3 touchdowns in 2 games. So, yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm still stunned by these guys know how to make schedules. I'll at least say that, man.
They do.
But Illinois being at 9 is kind of shocking me. Them being at 9. We'll see. A typical bit. Are they the Indiana of this year? I don't know. But we'll see. It ain't like Illinois haven't had a good football program before. And I think what's my boy name? Juice. They used to play there, man. That was one hell of a time, man, when they made it to the Rose Bowl. But it was some teams on here like who can I point out? Like South Carolina, who was struggling.
Yeah, Prince, doesn't South Carolina look bad to you right now?
Yeah, South Carolina, LSU. And I'm gonna start with South Carolina. I'm just throwing these names out. South Carolina, LSU. Hell, Clemson was down with Troy.
Right.
And I was like, ooh, okay. Ooh, it's about to get ugly. But starting with South Carolina, man, I know Josh Pate, man. Shout out to one of the best out there, man. But he been looking kind of rough these first couple of weeks in college football, man. He been spraying a bunch of people. He said South Carolina is probably one of the best offenses and defenses in the SEC, and I don't see it. Yeah, not the first 2 weeks. I don't see it. He made that proclaim after the Virginia Tech game, and I was just like, I don't see it, man. I don't know what you see.
I think getting to the passer, they like up front, that pass rush is near the top of the SEC. But other than that,
are they even? Are they even?
I think they can rush the passer.
Well, they got one guy that can.
That's true.
Yeah.
If Dylan Stewart not out there, then it's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
It took them way too long to put Virginia Tech away. Look, I mean, and Vanderbilt struggled with them for the first half, but then they blew them the hell out.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, man. You guys know me. I'm not a big Beamer guy to begin with, and I sure don't. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing what everybody's seeing with this team.
Same. I feel you. Been saying it from the beginning of the year.
Yeah, Lenore, and they saying the stock is rising, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna lie, I really don't see too much. I like Lenore Sellers, but the way they talking about him, I'm like, I got to see more. So I know one thing I don't want to see is Josh Pate talking about my team right now, the way he's been going this year. Not the way he's been going, because every time I see this, like, I think it's bizarre to me. It turns out it is bizarre by the results that when it comes out, like, nah.
Fade us, Josh. Fade us.
And that was it. I love him, man. But that whole national championship thing, I was like, oh my God. Even when I see it, before we even got to the game, I was just like, here we go, man. I wanted to be the underdog, and we got our ass blown out. And look at this, man.
I got a gripe with this list, and it's the same gripe we all had. Why is Indiana on this list?
Man,
because their coaches talk shit all day.
Indiana played Old Dominion first game of the season. They won 27-14, 2-touchdown game against an inferior team. Then they went on to beat Kennesaw State, who just got a football team, 56-9. What have they done in 2 weeks to deserve a spot over Auburn or Missouri or Michigan?
Matter of fact,
I would argue that Michigan's loss to Oklahoma is a better loss than any win that they have had so far. But this is how teams end up in the college football playoff for nothing. You look at their schedule, they gonna have a game at Oregon, a game at Penn State. They can lose both of those games, win out, and still be near the 12-13 area, just because you just have them here for what reason whatsoever. They haven't done anything.
Yeah, it's an extension of not doing a damn thing last year. They beat one team that had an above record above 500 record. One.
This is how the
But
I'm
playoffs
with
get
you.
messed up for good teams.
but I think they
Start
said
season.
they definitely going after strength of schedule a lot more this
No,
year.
that's
So
happening. They've even added another data point that's going to do that. This is the reason why the SEC went to the 9-game schedule starting in 26, because they added that strength of schedule metric. And that's why I said last week, I think I said it with you guys, they called for it. They were whining and bitching in Big Ten country. Now they're screwed, because if you think that there's already an SEC bias, well, okay, it's just going to get more so, because the SEC is the only damn conference in the country that's playing anybody.
yep.
Yeah, that's true.
And one thing, man, even with Indiana being there, if you line up them in Florida, I don't think they even come close to Florida. I think they get blown right out the building, whether they
Yeah,
on the
Florida
road
run the
or
football
at
over.
home.
If they played Florida's schedule, they'd get 3 wins, man. 4
3.
wins.
You nice.
Yeah, I was about to say
Man.
you're being real nice.
Where you picking the 3 at?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking, well, maybe they beat LIU, they beat Long Island.
That's one.
Now they probably wouldn't beat South Florida either. You're probably right. You may
That's
be
what
right.
I'm saying. You being nice. Like, where's the 3?
That's true.
They would.
Because we know they ain't beating Florida State. We know they're not beating Florida State.
I don't see them beating Ole Miss, Kentucky, Texas,
Hell no.
Miami. Nobody. They would get ran out the building.
Yeah, they'd be like they always are. Shit. Trash.
And I forgot Indiana. Kurt Catnini.
Kurt
Signetti.
Signetti. That man
Shit.
talks so much stuff, bro. I just like.
Yeah, you do.
It's like, man, you talk like you just got 20 2013 Alabama. That's what he sounded like. He got 2013 Alabama walking into the building. I'm like,
I know. And meanwhile, he gets rid of Virginia, which is a Power 4 game in name only, to get Kennesaw State.
You get Kennesaw State.
He's
now,
like,
I tell you what, I'm looking at their schedule. If they go at Oregon and win that football game, and at Penn State and win those football games, I'll take back everything I said. But I know for a fact, if you're in the chat and you want to bet money on this today, I don't need to see any more that they're going to lose those 2 games. And
they're going to get smoked in those 2 games, bro.
Yeah, like he's gonna be he's like the type of guy, man, to walk in there. He think he got he think he got a 10 on his arm, but she's really a 4. That's how he walks into the building, man. That's how he walks into the building, like, oh man, my girl look good.
Yeah.
He's
driving his old school.
They lived through Old Dominion game.
Driving a Trans Am and stuff.
He's driving a Mercedes, a BMW. It doesn't matter what he is, just driving one of those, but pulling up in a Pinto. Come on, man. You're not that guy, man. You're not that guy. And I was, if it was one game I wanted to see somebody just beat the doors off somebody, and I'm glad they did, was Notre Dame when they came in there and just destroyed him. And he was still talking before the game. I was like, man, just beat him.
Yeah, he was talking mad shit.
Here's what I will say about this list, though. In talking about Indiana, if Indiana should be on this list, Vanderbilt should be on this list.
Yeah.
With what Vanderbilt has done this season, if Indiana makes it with what they put on the field this season, Vanderbilt should be on this list with a win at Virginia Tech. In convincing fashion too, like it didn't look particularly close at all.
Pocket's the real deal, man.
Yeah, I like how do teams like Indiana make it and Vanderbilt don't through 2 weeks after putting up a performance like that. And it's a Virginia Tech team that took South Carolina, like gave them all kinds of trouble in week 1. So yeah.
Isn't Vanderbilt and South Carolina play next? Aren't they next up?
Yeah, that's the next game.
We're going to find out right now how good South Carolina is.
But I love it.
I do have to issue an apology to Missouri. I'm actually impressed with I don't know the quarterback's name.
Bo Pribula.
Pribula.
Yeah, Pribula. There we go. Sorry.
Yeah.
Every time I remember how to do it, I forget it. But no, he's actually looked really impressive. And for Missouri to only be at 25, in my opinion, you know what I mean? They did beat Kansas. I get it. People are going to say it's Kansas, but it's better than beating Long Island.
Jalen Daniels is a real player too, man. That's the thing.
Yeah, he is.
But Missouri, I'm not. I think you got to wait and see on them for sure.
I'm not high on them.
Yeah, I'm not high on them at all. But
go ahead.
Look, they did get a really good running back. That guy's been legit. The kid from ULM. And then, I guess Pribula looks pretty good, but I still don't think that they have a very good defense.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm not high on them. I'm just apologizing because I didn't think that Pribula was going to kind of play the way he's playing. So,
do we think Tennessee is as good as this ranking is, John?
Me personally, I do. And the reason why I'm saying that is yes, maybe the edges aren't performing the way they should probably be performing, but I think Joey Aguilar has done a really good job stepping into that system and making Nico like he was the wrong dude. Like, in my opinion, I'm highly impressed with Aguilar, how fast he just adopted that system, which I know he's ran it before, but it's still a new team. And you look at Nico and that swap and how UCLA just got throttled, right? So, and then you look at Joey Aguilar, who just balled out. So, I mean, I get it, Syracuse, whatever, all that stuff. But it's still, once again, at least they're playing a Power 4 team, right? So, in doing that.
Did y'all see that shit? Did y'all see that shit where the Syracuse coach, they win overtime against UConn, and he
made him run sprints.
I love it.
Yeah, after the game.
I actually loved it.
High school?
Hey, man.
I get it.
He loved the standard, man. But I ain't mean to have y'all in here too long, man. Tonight, of course, man, just a recap show. So y'all already know, man, we previewing the Tennessee Georgia game and all this other stuff this week. Alabama, Wisconsin. So definitely be here on Thursday night. We're gonna be talking about all the big games coming up this week. This is where I believe football really starts, really start, where we get into those big time games. That Tennessee and Georgia game is going to be a real good one. I can't wait to discuss that one. At Florida and LSU, that South Carolina Vanderbilt, which I believe is a very, very underrated game.
Yeah, so who'd have thought you'd have been talking about that game 3 years ago, bro?
Mm-hmm. Underrated. Whoa. And South Carolina better watch out, man. The way they've been playing. And Pavia look like he putting those words to what he said to. Hey,
man, this conference is brutal. I don't think people understand what's happening now in the SEC, especially with adding Texas and Oklahoma. It's not a cakewalk for nobody. It is. When I said that a 9-3 SEC team possibly make the playoffs, this is what I was talking about right here. I think
the hope is they don't screw everybody over, though. That's what scares me.
It's some tough schedules out here.
But we're gonna talk about all that on Thursday, man. I'm gonna let the brothers get on out of here. Shout out to everybody that came over here and joined the show tonight. Like I said, man, it's gonna be a thing every Monday, recapping all the big games that we talked about and everything. Definitely shout out to Tuskegee University.
Thanks.
Me and Tez had our credentials for the game. Tez got some amazing footage. Can't wait to see what he got cooking up and post that. Definitely want to see that. We came out of there with a blowout win. Yeah, he got it hung up and everything with a lanyard, surprisingly.
Yeah, I had one laying around.
And it was a night game, man. Hopefully I can show some footage, show just a couple of pictures from it on Thursday. But I'm gonna let the brothers shout out their channel, and we gonna get on out of here, everybody. And make sure you subscribe to these brothers' channel too. They good people. Oh Lord, what am I doing? There we go.
Slipping. All right, obviously you can find me on the Bama Standard. Kicking off a new thing called the Recruiting Standard. We got some big things working on that. But the big announcement I want to make to everybody out there is that we're going to be hosting a tailgating barbecue with the Warren G, who will be performing at this barbecue. So, yeah, if you don't know who Warren G is, look him up. He's going to be in
Regulator.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah, exactly. So we're going to be at the Paul Bear Bryant Museum. We'll be releasing all the information on that tailgate and everything moving forward for that. So, yeah, make sure to check out the Bama Standard. The website's in work being rebuilt. All that great stuff. Recruiting info is what I'll mainly be covering, but obviously every Tuesday the main show has great stuff on as well. So, yep, thank you. And thanks for everybody in the comment section. Obviously, Jason, Tez, Brinsky, thanks for the invite and all that good stuff, man.
Oh, yeah, man, always.
Hey, Jason Watkins, Hall of Fame College Football. Man, appreciate you guys having me on again. Always good to talk with you guys about college ball and stuff, man. Check me out on Hall of Fame College Football. We're back on tomorrow night with the coach at it'd be 7:30 Central Time. So make sure you check us out. It's at HOF-CFB right here on YouTube. Appreciate it, guys. And horns down as always.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah. Hey, Jonathan, I got to check that out, man. You had me at
Bro.
Rap and Barbecue.
Bro, it's going to be something wild. We're expecting 2,500 people. Like we're going to get it popping at the Paul Bear Bryant Museum, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I just realized never mind. You can find me at It's SEC Season. Here on YouTube, here on the Twitter, it's the same at It's SEC Season on all platforms, man. Check me out tomorrow. Link is already up, man. We got the ranking show, the only rankings that matter, man. The only rankings that matter. It just FYI, we had Florida ranked pretty low, and we got some pushback about that, and now seems like we got it right. So if you want to be a part of that conversation, man, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Show up tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central Time. These guys are all invited, man, as usual. And we'll rank these teams and do what we do, man. I appreciate you, Brinsky, for having me, man. Listen, I want to say this. Brinsky is a very underrated photographer. He sells himself short. I know that's not even the topic that we're talking about, but this guy is pretty good at it. As a photographer, looking at the photos that he takes, he's pretty good at it. I would love to see him take it a lot more seriously. And I'm saying that in front of everybody.
Which means you got to take it more serious.
Oh, man. Such pressure, brother. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, man. Now I said we'll work on getting new equipment, trying to upgrade at some point, man. Life be life, and sometimes so you gotta pick and choose on certain things to get. But appreciate everybody being here, man. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button before you leave up out of here. Shout out to Coach Sean, Piano Man, John, Tez, Coach Carl, Coach Al, Ty, KB, all the Alabama experts, especially the ones that I love, Andrew Bone, Clint Lamb, Justin Smith, all the Alabama content creators, all the college football content creators who don't hate on us. Even the ones that do hate on us, man. All we do is show love, but you know, man, there's always certain people that love to hate. So we let the haters do what they do, but we appreciate them too. That just the people still gonna show us love. So definitely always and forever appreciate y'all. Definitely gonna catch y'all on Thursday. And of course, y'all already know F them trees forever in the day. F Auburn, F anything to deal with them. I don't care. But It's all love, man. But I know I haven't done this like the last probably like 5 or 6 shows, man. I say I always take an Auburn person off the list every time, so I got to take somebody else off the list. Tez, I need a suggestion. I already took Takeo Spice off, so I can't use Takeo.
Brad Lester.
I will tell you.
I like
Brad Lester's my guy.
I like Brad Lester. Yeah, so tell you, I'm taking Brad Lester off that list, so he's safe. I think I got one for the next time we get on here, but I'm gonna say that one. and it's a pretty famous running back that I have not said. I said 2 of them already, but I definitely got to get him off the list because I like him too. But definitely catch y'all next time. Appreciate all of y'all. Y'all have a good night. Catch y'all on Thursday and roll damn tide.